Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today it is a different video. We have Andrew here. We have drinks.
That's right.
Where's your drink?
It's right here.
Okay, so tell us what we have.
This is a Prado. It is gin.
If you don't know.
Lots of gin.
It's just gin and ice.
Maraschino liqueur, lime, and then one other thing. I can look at it later.
He already drank half of it. And
Yes.
mine is a Pear Martini, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite drink. And we needed this to start just to loosen up a little bit.
It's hard enough for me to talk in general, so I needed a drink.
Yes. So today's video is going to be a Q&A. You guys asked lots of questions. I have here too many. Like we can't go through all of them.
I'm so excited.
If you guys don't know, he's an introvert. It's hard for him to talk, but I will take the lead. I'll help you out. So yeah, we got lots of questions here on YouTube, on Instagram as well. So we should just get started. I think one of the biggest questions, or the most common questions, is the basics. When did you guys meet? How did you guys meet? When? How many kids do you have? And what else?
Just a
basics.
lot of basic stuff about us. So we met, I was in college and I was rooming with a guy and he knew her brother. Okay, and so he came over one night, her brother came over and we played Call of Duty and I whooped his butt. And then after that game in the evening, he's like, you need to meet my sister. And so that was my initiation into the family, I guess.
And then my brother sent me, he's like, I found you somebody. And I looked at his Facebook picture and I was like, no, absolutely not. When I say he was a dork, I mean, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
But that didn't even, I don't think that bothered me, like the physical part, but
it just didn't help the initial impression.
Yeah. And my brother tried to hook me up with like some weird guys before, so I didn't trust him. Yeah. But then
she would usually come and visit him every 6 months.
Yeah, I used to live in North Carolina and my brother was in Tennessee, and I came for New Year's Eve. That's when we met. And
we started dating right after that.
Yeah.
I think that week. He
had a very calm expression. So when I met him, I was actually very surprised because, it was no Facebook profile pictures. Guys, he used to wear extra large t-shirts in those like big baggy
cargo shorts.
No, pants. Because it was winter. It was long. I swear they were extra large. And he's like...
And they can hold so many things.
Yeah,
it's
he's
great.
like...
It's like
this.
6 pockets.
My goal in life is to be as skinny as he is. And yeah, that was him.
And then we dated for
6 months.
6 months, and we got married by August.
Yeah, we met New Year's Eve. We officially got married in July, and then the big wedding
was in August.
August, and that was a Romanian wedding because there were some questions about our wedding as well. That was in North Carolina. I moved from Virginia to North Carolina, and a family there pretty much took me in like their daughter, and they pretty much did a wedding for us.
Yeah. Introduction to the whole Romanian culture. So
yeah, and Romanians are tight.
Yeah. They know everything about each other.
Yeah. And they quickly knew everything about Andrew. So we have 4 kids. Wait, how old is she? 8. It's
8, 6, 5.
8, 6, 5, and 1.5. And that's it. Yeah. With 3 girls, and the last one's a boy. Okay, let's
start at the top.
Oh, I don't even know how to. So I feel like there's a lot of like marriage advice. I don't know if we're the best ones to
I don't know if 10 years qualifies you to really give
we've been
a lot
married
of
for
marriage
10 years.
advice.
But
we're still together.
Okay, so where are we originally from? I'm from Romania, moved to US when I was 18, and
I'm from Florida.
America. what is some good marriage advice you guys have? Does Andrew ever have to wait for you to finish getting ready? Many of us can relate to that. Do you have to wait for me to get ready?
You know what? I've heard lots of stories about having to wait hours or whatever, or an hour for them to get ready. And I feel like you get ready pretty fast.
I did not expect that answer.
Compared to most, I guess. I can
Probably.
still be like ready and be like, all the kids are ready to go. Like,
Yeah.
and, yeah, we wait a bit, but I feel like it's never bad.
It's not
whenever you're like,
tragic.
okay, I'm going to get ready.
Yeah. And also, like, I do wear, like, with makeup on camera, but, like, day to day, I don't wear that much makeup. Like,
Yeah.
I have to have an event or something to actually put a full face of makeup on. Like, that does not happen. So,
She always looks stunning.
yes. Guys, let me tell you about our first year of marriage. So I've always been into makeup, of course, and I would literally get so ready, like even fake lashes sometimes, and he wouldn't notice. Like, he had no idea that I just spent an hour putting makeup on. Like, he couldn't tell.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that it was like a source of fight, but like it was like, are you kidding me? Like, I just worked so hard to look pretty for you, and yeah, you don't even notice it. So yeah, I don't think your sense of like he doesn't.
My sense of style is
I
very
think-
rough.
Well, I think you evolved a
Yeah.
lot. Like, I think now he'll be like, oh, did you put the Natasha Denona new eyeshadow palette? Or like he
I'm
really
trying.
worked really
I'm
hard
trying.
to notice these little things that he never did before. All right. Do you have any good advice, marriage advice?
I guess one thing that sticks out for me is, at least for me, you only have like so much energy or time to devote to stuff once you're married. And I think putting towards your spouse more than you think you should, I think is important, especially if you're newly married, because you're used to having that time to yourself. And if you start by making sure you think about them or put time towards them or put that type of love and energy towards them in the beginning, it sets a good mindset or mentality for the marriage.
I think for us, it was a little easier because we both come from big families. So we didn't really have our time. Like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's my space. Like, we're these, I don't know, we have everything we need. Like, we didn't grow up like that. He's one of 9, I'm one of 6. And so I feel like that intention has to be there. And for some people, it's harder, mostly if you're single for a long time. We were very young when we got married. We were like, what, 22?
23.
And so we didn't really have that huge single life, but
or the whole like long dating kind of relationship.
Yeah. So we kind of grew up together, and I mean, it worked for us. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but I think for me personally, what I looked was like for the partner to have same beliefs. Like, you have to have something that keeps you in common. Like, we're both Christians, so we both know what we believe and what we stand for and what's important for us. Mm-hmm. It was very important for us, families and kids, and that was communicated before the marriage. And I think that is something that going into a marriage, you kind of have to be on the same page. Like, we have not that much in common. Like, we're very different personalities, but we had that foundation. The same belief, the same wants and desires in life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what, at least for us, is creating a balanced and happy marriage.
We both knew we wanted kids and stuff
I think
like that. The big things, like what you believe in and kind of the direction you're going is very important.
Also, don't take life too seriously. Like, I feel like I'm not. Like, I take life seriously, like, there's meaning in life, but I don't...
You don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, I don't take myself or, like, our relationship. Like, I don't think we're very picky or like, I mean, I'm picky, but it's other things.
Let's just stop it.
I'm a very particular person when it comes to cleaning and makeup or things like that, but not like, oh my gosh, you looked at me that way. Is something wrong?
It takes you a while to get to like that kind of very confrontational, like what's going on, or like,
Yeah.
so.
Like where I feel hurt or things like that. I don't think we're very easily offended by each other. And I think that helps a lot. And as personalities, we're very chill, both of us.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough advice.
Maybe not to, you know.
How did you meet? We've already covered that. The wedding. Did we go on a honeymoon? It was a late honeymoon.
A late honeymoon.
We went to Europe and Romania. I took him to my family in Romania. And that was fun.
Yeah, we got to go around Romania for 3 weeks. And the last 2 days we went to Vienna and kind of visited there too before we left.
It was interesting for Andrew to meet Romanian culture. And like my grandparents were living in, they're still like in this village that barely had like indoor toilets. And, you know, it was very different than here for sure. What is your favorite thing about me? Start.
I tell her this whenever she asks.
Do I ask?
Because it's true.
You make it sound like I ask every night. What do you like about me, Andrew?
Tell me the ways that you love me. I think I like the passion you have, and in a way, like how dedicated you are to doing one thing, and it kind of comes out in everything you do in life, whether it be with the kids or with like doing your makeup channel, or you know, any number of things that you are passionate about. So
yeah, I feel like I do everything 100% or 0%.
Yeah,
there's
I'm
nothing
kind of
in between.
Opposite, in terms of like I don't get super like focused and dedicated on one thing at once. I kind of am a jack of all trades, kind of thing. So I can appreciate that.
Now it's what's my favorite thing about you. He has the most servant heart I've ever met. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I don't think I've met somebody with such a serving heart. Is that the right way to say it? Sorry, I choked. Mm-hmm. Like, he will do anything for everybody, and like he will make sure he lets me sleep in with the kids and keeps them quiet, and I don't know, makes me breakfast, and he enjoys, I think he enjoys doing things of like serving people. So I think that is a huge thing I admire, and I wish I was more like him when it comes to that. What is your favorite thing about each of your children? Oh my gosh, I can't even answer that. I feel like there's just so many, and they're so different and funny.
And then you don't want to imbalance it by saying
what
too
if they
much
watch
about
this
one or another
in 10
later
years?
in life.
Okay, we're just gonna
Mara,
skip
turn
that.
it off.
What is our favorite thing to do on a night out? Eat. We go to our...
And then we'll usually try to do something fun, like I think we did like a little painting
room.
thing, or escape room. We did like a little wine tasting stuff.
I think we enjoy date nights. I feel like we should do them more often, but we like to go to nice restaurants. We don't really eat out in general, so when we do eat out, we want it to be nice. He has good ideas of date nights. Like, I feel like he came up with the escape room, with a painting. Like, he has ideas. Bowling, we used to do bowling a lot. Yeah. And we went rock climbing. He used to rock climb. He was really good at it. Wait, I missed my thing here. And so, that's kind of what we want to do. What color of makeup do you like on me? Like lips?
For what? For the lips?
I don't know. My husband, it says this from Carol McKay. My husband really dislikes red lipstick nails. He loves purples.
I guess I think about eyeshadows, I guess. I'm trying to think which ones I like the best on you. I think anything a little bit out of the ordinary looks really nice on you. Like, you got the, whether it be like the usual kind of dark smoky eye, or I like the kind of pops of color that make it look kind of
I do feel like
interesting.
when I wear like smokier eye, he comments on my look. He's like, "Ooh, you look nice." Or
Yeah, like if it's like a golden purple, something like that, I think it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is your secret on a happy, healthy marriage after having kids? Again, just, I mean, we should just do this monthly marriage advice.
Start hiring. Trying to be intentional and not forgetting to either plan something or schedule something, or at least making sure you're checking in and making sure that like you're okay. Or
Yeah, I think there was a survey that most divorces happen within the first couple of years or after 25 years of marriage. And the 25 years of marriage kind of was surprising to me. The first couple of years, I get it, you know.
not
You're like,
compatible or something.
what did I do? But after 25 years of marriage, you think that like you kind of have it together. And the main reason people said that they grew apart because they were so distracted with when they had kids, they kind of didn't know each other anymore. They didn't have interests together. They didn't do things together. And so once kids were out of the house, then they grew apart and they didn't know each other, and it ends up in divorce.
Ended up just being taking care of the kids and with somebody.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe, I mean, we don't know. It's only been 10 years, so I don't know. But I feel like we have a really good, healthy marriage. We talk a lot about it. Well, I talk a lot about everything. So this one is an interesting one that kind of connects with another question that I got. This one is what best advice you guys can give to new parents with special needs child. And then the other question was, what was the hardest part in our marriage? And without a doubt, for me, it was our daughter like having special needs.
I think the part where it was just a lot of stuff was going on, it was very intense. And I think just trying to balance the sanity and making sure she was taken care of and stuff, that was a very tumultuous time. It was a lot to deal with. Yeah. And we were both kind of going crazy. And I mean, that's probably relatable to a lot of people that have this type of
and situation. I think she was our oldest child too. So our oldest child has a genetic mutation. It is extremely rare. When we found out, she was 3 years old. Yeah. But she hasn't walked at all. Like, she hasn't crawled since she was 1. So we knew there was something wrong. She got cataracts, so she had to have her lenses removed in a surgery. So things progressed, and we knew there was something wrong with her. But it took about over a year to find out what exactly was wrong with her and have answers. And that was excruciating because they tested her for so many genetic, like, awful ones where like their bodies were shutting down and they would die by the time they're 8. And so I was researching everything that they were testing her for, and I was also pregnant with my 3rd child, and it was just
crazy,
awful. It wasn't our relationship, it was just our life was, I think I had a really hard,
and there were some like dangerous situations and stuff too.
There was so many. She had seizures every 45 minutes when she was 3 months old for days, and they couldn't stop them. I mean, it was just like non-stop. It was awful. Adrenaline. And since she was 3 months old, all the way, even now, you know, like we went through big surgeries with her. It was hard for me to accept that I had a child with special needs because in my mind, I had this perfect little family. We're all lovey-dovey and all is well. And then my child can't walk. And I remember seeing as a child children in wheelchairs and things like that. And I just remember like feeling so heartbroken for them and accepting that we have that child. I denied it. I was like, no, there's nothing wrong. Like, it was just kind of try to be blind to the situation.
And I remember we were in the hospital with her, and she was recovering after. I don't remember what was happening in the hospital. I guess maybe you can, but I just remember being in the hospital, and there were so many other kids with so many other serious conditions. And in a way, it made us feel thankful, or it made me feel thankful for where we were.
I think
it kind of put in perspective.
Exactly, yeah.
It put in perspective kind of, I guess, where we were in terms of the level of care.
And then she's healthy.
Yeah.
Like, she's in a wheelchair and a walker, and, there's issues, but she's healthy.
Yeah,
like,
and happy.
And she's so happy. And there were children there, they were, like, premature, having
go there every
seizures
week.
all the time.
They go to the hospital every week.
It was, I remember I was putting her in the wheelchair, or in the, I can't remember. If she was baby, so we were pushing her in the crib just to get some air, because we were there for weeks.
Like the stroller, you mean?
No, like the crib, the hospital crib.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, and then I was just looking through the rooms, and there were children with tubes, and there's just so much pain and suffering there. And she was this bright child and happy, and she wanted to meet everybody and talk with everybody. So I think once you're in the special needs world, you realize kind of that you're not alone. This happens to a lot of people. And I think finding either a group of people where, like, you can connect to and don't feel so alone, because I remember my friends were like, oh, let's go to this park, and I'm like, 3 kids, 3 and under, none of them walked. And I'm like, I can't go rock climbing with you guys because my daughter's in a wheelchair, or things like that, where, like, the close friends was hard because they had perfect kids and I was here, like, struggling. And then once I found, just even talking to other parents and things like that, it felt less alone and like we belong somewhere.
Yeah, and for me also, I mean, I would say for us, there's an element of we felt like she was put in our family intentionally, and so we kind of approached that from that perspective of she was given to us for this purpose of us.
Yeah, we were meant to be her parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's move on before I cry.
Quick, take a drink.
I already did. What do you think of my makeup collection? And does it bother you that I'm on YouTube?
I don't have any, like, to me, it doesn't bother me how big your makeup collection is. Sometimes I'm like, wow.
This is going to be bigger.
Sometimes I'm like, wow, that's a lot of makeup. It doesn't bother me that you're on YouTube. I think, I trust you with any decision you make on it because I feel like you're very thoughtful and intentional and you are very true to yourself with whatever you're doing. And so to me, I don't know why, I'm trying to think of a situation where be like, oh, I don't want her, and why someone would say like, oh, I don't want you on YouTube, or like, if there's like a danger thing or like people kind of being mean, I guess maybe that's a thing. But it doesn't bother me because, I feel like we're on the same page. And
I think we made a decision not to put our kids online. And I think that was a big worry for me and for him. And so deciding not to share our kids, I mean, I don't mind if there's like something in the background
but
with a
featuring
kid.
Them is,
but our YouTube to be around the kids and kind of talking and make our kids talk on camera, just things like that. I think that brings us a lot of peace to not share them. And that's why you guys don't really see a ton of pictures with my kids on Instagram, or I feel like here and there, mostly with the baby because he'll grow up and like people won't know how he looks like. So, but yeah. Oh, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years? Starting a makeup brand?
You start. This is your channel.
I don't know.
I see myself on a farm.
Yes, we want to move to a farm, buy land. We're boring. We want chickens.
They say when you're 30s, you kind of like realize you don't want any crazy life.
Yeah. Oh, do you ever fight about money? Do you have your own spending money?
Oh.
Well,
I feel like we don't really fight about money at all.
Never.
No.
Never.
I think we have things like we don't ever really set budget for groceries because we always want to kind of like eat well.
We used to. I think we
Yeah.
used to. That's fair. But I think with so many kids, and we always have friends over and family, and I don't know, like we always have people in the house that are either staying here or visiting or guests for dinner. So I think,
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not worth the
Yeah.
burden of having to
Yeah.
juggle.
But I do think we're
Money for
both
food.
very conscious about money, and I didn't come from wealth. I feel like you guys were decent,
Yeah.
but like I definitely have expensive taste.
I'm definitely more like, try to budget things and be conscious. That's how
Yeah.
I grew up.
Yeah,
So-
but I think no,
Yeah.
and we don't have our own spending money. I think.
I think that just adds it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. I just think we don't struggle with that. Like, I mean, I spend more than he does, obviously. But I feel like we're very level-headed and, like, we try to stick to save. So, there we go. It's funny because another question was like, how do you stay so happy together all the time? How do you know we're happy? I don't think anybody's happy all the time. And we mentioned, we had a lot heavy struggles, mainly with the kids.
And I think those kind of struggles help bring us very close together at a very deep level. So the
Yeah.
kind of stuff that comes up in life, we have something kind of deeper to hold us together and kind of get us through it.
Like,
So-
we have the same faith, favorite date night, and favorite memory that we ever had.
I think one of the best ones was like, honestly, getting to travel with you, like
Yeah.
in Romania, for example, getting to see the country and kind of be with you for the first time, kind of out and doing things and stuff. That was really special.
I think for me it was that as well, and I would say it's cliche, but the birth of our kids, like, it's just very special. Because you're in such a trance, like, oh, what just happened? Like, I have another human being, and like it's like 2-3 days of just us.
Yeah.
You know. So
And
with
why is he asleep?
Oh my gosh, guys. So I did. I had all kinds of births, but my third one, I decided to do this hypno baby where I practiced, and it was this idea of having birth without pain, and you'd kind of decide that it's, or like trick your mind or teach your mind that it's pressure, not pain. And so I did this thing, and it was all natural.
Of course, she did great at it.
Like the whole like delivery, I was literally didn't make a sound. I didn't move a muscle.
So chill.
And I even have a video. Like, I'm in transition, right? And he's snoring. Like, he's on the side just snoring. He was just like drooling. He just...
I don't know. Was I drooling?
I have a video to prove it. Yeah, that was funny. And I literally took my camera and started recording him because I couldn't.
And the nurses would come and they're like, "Is she okay?" I'm like, yeah, just go out.
Yeah. I think you even put a sign or something
Yeah,
like,
I was
not
like,
turn
do
the
not
lights
disturb.
on. Do not disturb, because I was focused.
And
Yeah.
she did great.
And I had a 10-pound baby. But yeah, he was sleeping. It was
Yeah.
funny. Okay, what's one thing that bothers you bonkers about me?
Oh, procrastinating to the last
I would have
second.
guessed. I'm
To the
the
last second.
worst.
And I will do things like, let's get all the kids ready to go somewhere. They're already early. Fine. We don't have to deal with like last minute, like, okay, rushing around, getting ready. I'm like, I'll just do it 30 minutes early. So we're ready when we go.
Yeah.
And you not at all.
It's like, why bother getting ready so early? Like, such a waste of time when I could have just chilled.
The thing that bugs you the most about me.
He doesn't do things 100%. So if he'll wash the dishes, I mean, there's a mountain of dishes, and he leaves 3 in there. Like, he doesn't clean it all. Like, there's 3 left, and I'm like, okay, you did 100 dishes. Like, why not finish? Or like if he'll clean the house. Or
I'm like, the kitchen looks good.
Yeah,
May
but he
not
won't
look,
wipe.
It may not look great, but
So that is something that
good.
I'm like, why? Like, why not do everything?
yeah.
Yeah. There we go. All right, guys. I think we've talked for about an hour, and I'll try to reduce this to, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, good
we'll
luck.
see. I will.
My drink's gone.
Mine is not. I need to. My lipstick's gone, though.
I mean, that means I'm done talking. So.
Yeah. All right, we're done then. Thank you for watching. If you watched till the end, this was nothing about makeup, but I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know each other better, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.